has a presence and a vibrational frequency that we can connect with by their teachings and their healings while they live their life here on earth. So those three groups are what I refer to as our spiritual support team. So when we connect, and I also have to mention, as spirit guides, there is a belief system from other galaxies, that there are higher intelligent beings that are not from Earth, that we can connect with the spirit guides. Solara, has anyone ever here come to see Solara on Raw? Yeah. Channel the Palladians? Okay. Yeah. We had, a discussion about this, and she's made it very clear that I should mention them as spirit guides, because there are guides that are from other galaxies. I believe I've had some channeling experiences. I didn't believe it before, but that led me to believe that. So I'm going to include them in our group of spirit guides. So these are the support system that's around us. So I like to just call it spirit. So when I say spirit, when I meet with a client and I open up to spirit, I invite their angels, spirit guides, and ascended masters in to join us for the reading, as well as mine, to receive information that's from the highest good and greatest joy of all concerned. It's important when you are channeling to set those intentions, because you only want to connect with the highest vibrational frequencies possible, so that you're going to receive information that is for the highest good and greatest joy of all concerned. Now, if you have any kind of fear-based experience with channeling, for example, maybe you saw a seance or something that scared you, or something that maybe didn't resonate with you as love or light or a high vibrational frequency, I would say stay away from those lower energies. You want to connect with energies that vibrate love, higher consciousness, and that are always for the highest good and greatest joy of all concerned. That's what you want to invite in when you are doing a channeling session. So, how do you do this? How does this occur? How do you open up to channeling? When you're going to paint your kitchen or your bedroom or something, what do you do first? You just go slap on the paint? No, you do your prep work, right? You got to sand, I'm not a big fan of manual labor, but I know you need to do prep work. I hire people. So, bad analogy. Bad analogy. No, it's a good analogy, because it's the prep work that's important, and that's the point, is you have to do some prep work. And your prep work, if you're going to connect with these higher vibrational frequencies, is to raise your vibrational frequency. You want to raise your vibrational frequency. Now, Reverend Danielle gave us two really great examples of how to do that. She, the last workshop I did here, actually Seth, who's teaching her the didgeridoo, came and did a demonstration with the didgeridoo as an example of how to raise your vibrational frequency. When she was playing the didgeridoo, did you feel the movement and the motion inside your chakras? That's one example of how you can raise your vibrational frequency, through music, through vibration, through tone, through meditation. Breathing is one of the simplest ways that you can raise your vibrational frequency. Slow and steady breaths. You can use a mantra. I like to use the one love. It will quiet your mind. So raising your vibrational frequencies, many ways to do that. I've got handouts that I'm going to give you about different ways you can raise your vibrational frequency. Music of high vibrational tones, like heart music, for example, is a way to do that. Yoga, dancing, there are so many. Creative projects. Creativity in creative projects are a great way to raise your vibrational frequency. Gardening, spending time among nature. Exercise. Nature, the benefits of nature, I actually found this out by accident. When I do readings outside by the waterfall, I'm more accurate. When I'm surrounded by nature, there's a mutual benefit of us connecting with nature, that it automatically raises our vibrational frequency. That's the way the universe is designed. We're designed to work together and in harmony with nature. Anyone can think, I've got these all on my list, but can anyone think of one that I'm missing?
Eating good food.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Great one.
Ron. Food with light in it.
Crystals.
Crystals. And crystals come from what? They're part of the earth, right? They're part of the earth. There's nothing magical or it's a part of our connection to the earth. So you don't want to assign a crystal or an object as some powerful voodoo-like thing. It's just we are all connected. We're connected to the crystals bring in light. Candles and incense. That's a great way. But to Ron's point, the food, you want to make sure you're eating food with light in it. Food that grows from the ground. When you go to the grocery store, you want to shop the outer perimeters, right? The vegetables, the fruits, the food that still has life in it. An orange, for example, that you pick off a tree, if you eat it, it's going to have that light still in it. And that vibrational frequency is going to be much higher than an orange that's been sitting. It's still better to eat an orange than a bag of potato chips. But an orange that's been sitting in the refrigerator, for example, or a fruit that's been frozen. You want to try and eat foods that still have life in them. So that's our prep work, is to raise our vibrational frequency, right? So once you've done this, you want to get clear about what it is you want guidance on. Set your intentions. What is it that you really want to know or to get guidance for? Are you in the process of a job change? Are you having a relationship issue? What is it that you want guidance on? If you ask mixed questions, you'll get mixed responses. So you want to get clear. What are some of the ways you can do this? You can ask in thought, in the form of thought. You can ask in the form of prayer. You can ask in the form of the written word. Automatic writing is an exercise that I teach in my workshops. It's a great exercise for people who are experienced or beginners to start a dialogue with their spiritual support team. So, assuming that you've gotten clear and you're ready to sit down and either meditate and ask questions, write down the questions and receive responses, you want to surrender. So you're going to ask for that support. You're going to surrender to your spiritual support team. You're going to get quiet and you're going to listen. So you're going to ask, right? Get clear about your intentions. Get quiet. Be ready to receive the information. And then you're going to receive. Now, the receiving end is going to come in different ways to different people. Some people, you might get a vision. You might get, you might hear something on the radio. There are four main ways that we receive sensory input from our guides. The visual, which is referred to as clairvoyance. Seeing, a car might pull in front of you on the freeway with a license plate that has a message. You might have a vision in your head. You might wake up with a dream. You may hear song lyrics on the radio. That would be an example of clairaudience, hearing. I've often woken up with song lyrics in my head. Has anyone ever else had that experience? Where you feel like there's a message coming to you. You want to be aware and pay attention to those signs that seem to come from out of the blue, right? You might get a feeling. That's called clairsentience. If you're feeling oriented, you might meet someone and think, I have a feeling that this is somebody I should know. I have a feeling that this is a guide that's been sent to me. This is someone that's a mentor for me. It might just come in the form of knowing. That's called claircognizance. Clear knowing. So it might just be a thought that pops into your head. That's happened to me when I've been in meditation and I've asked a question. I'll just get a thought, call this person. And I'll call that person, and sure enough, things will start rolling in the direction. I'll get a response to what I was asking. So when we open up, when we start asking for guidance, you want to be aware and pay attention of the things that are happening in your life. You might find number sequences that keep happening over and over again, synchronicities that are going to occur in your life. Keep a journal of what might be happening, what's going on that's different, what messages are coming to you that you're receiving, and pay attention to the things that are happening and coming into your life, because your guides are going to connect